Dun 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 da dee doo. Okay, guys, I'm here for the 23rd video in my SummerSlam review series. I have 4 more of these to go, because this review series goes to 2014. This is SummerSlam 2010. Oh boy, do I not want to talk about this show. This show is the epitome of a lot of things that the WWE does wrong. This show had one of the hottest angles going into it, the Nexus angle. And the WWE found a way to mess up the single best shot they ever had at resurrecting an NWO type storyline. And I'll get into that. But first, this show took place on August the 15th, 2010, from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, where it would stay until 2015, this past year. We open up a WWE Intercontinental Championship match, Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. This match is 1.5 stars. It's an okay match, but when Dolph's got the sleeper on, in come the Nexus, and they attack Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston, which leads to the match being thrown out. Yeah, I don't know why they did that, and then the Nexus cut a promo. Yeah, I don't know why they did that for. It was a stupid, stupid thing. So then there's all of this backstage segment about Edge and Jericho. They're asking Miz if he's going to be a part of Team WWE, which is really more than just Team Raw anyway, because Team WWE would actually employ their SmackDown people on this show, but there's not. Anyway, our next match, the WWE Divas Championship match, Alicia Fox versus Melina. Oh joy, everyone, we've come to Cameron's favorite match. Oh yes, this match is Cameron's all-time favorite match. This is the match that made Cameron want to be a WWE diva. Well, it shows in her skills, because this match, while you have one really good wrestler in Melina, you have one who had not came into her all yet in Alicia Fox, and it shows. Yeah, remember, this match is Cameron's favorite match. That was from the 2011 Tough Enough. This match is not good. It's 1 star. There is some psychology with Alicia trying to go after Melina's knee, which gives it the 1 star, but Melina wins with a face buster. And then Laycool comes out, and that essentially sets off the match that Michelle McCool and Melina would have at Night of Champions to unify the women's title and the Divas title. Like I said, 1 star. Yeah. Cameron, you picked Alicia Fox Melina as your all-time favorite match out of hundreds of matches, including Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage in WrestleMania 3, Ultimate Warrior and Randy Savage in WrestleMania 7, heck, Warrior Hogan WrestleMania 6. Those are matches that might want to make people get into the wrestling business. Not this match. Maybe it's no wonder you're back in NXT right now because of it. Or wherever you are, I really don't care. So then we get a 3-on-1 handicap match. The Big Show versus the Straight Edge Society. CM Punk, Luke Gallows, and Joseph Mercury. This match isn't any good either. It's half a star. Big Show wins after knocking out Gallows and chokeslamming Mercury on top of him. Half a star. Not a good match. I can't say much about this. These 3 matches the first 3 matches don't have a lot to happen in it. In fact, that's the thing with this show. Other than the last match, not a lot of stuff actually happens in it. Well, the last 2 anyway. So our next match, WWE Championship, Sheamus versus Randy Orton. This is a 2-star match. But it's just like every other Sheamus Orton match we've seen over the past couple of years. So it's really every other match that Sheamus and Orton have ever had, because like Sheamus and Cena, Sheamus and Orton can't have a good match with each other anymore. Their match didn't work at Rumble 2010, which I'll get into when I revisit the Rumble in January. That match didn't work because, well, it was heel and all that, and it just didn't work anyway due to the whole legacy factor. And Orton wins by DQ here when Sheamus gets himself disqualified. So, this just isn't good. It's a traditional Orton-Sheamus match. So then we get the World Heavyweight Championship match. Kane versus Rey Mysterio. 2 stars. They made this whole storyline that Rey Mysterio, that Kane thought Rey Mysterio was the guy who took out The Undertaker because he ended up putting Taker in that vegetative state, because Mysterio ended up being the one who capitalized the most on that. This is the... excuse me. This is an okay match, like I said. Kane eventually wins with a chokeslam and a tombstone. And then The Undertaker comes in, and we find out that it was Kane who actually took out The Undertaker, which led to their feud going into through bragging rights of 2010. 2 stars, okay match, but so then we get the main event. The match of this whole show is built around. Oh, and before the Sheamus Orton match, The Miz agreed to be a part of Team WWE. Keep that in mind, because our next match is a 7-on-7 elimination tag team match, as it's Team WWE. John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Chris Jericho, Bret the Hitman Hart, R-Truth, and John Morrison. And they're taking on the Nexus. Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, David Otunga, Skip Sheffield, Michael Tarver, and Darren Young. But you just heard me say that Miz agreed to be on WWE. Well, yes, he did agree to be on Team WWE, but because Team WWE couldn't take the chance of Miz waiting till the end of till the main event of SummerSlam to make his decision, they had a backup, being Daniel Bryan, who was kicked out of the Nexus for showing compassion for their attack. In actuality, he was kicked out of the Nexus because the WWE fired him due to the whole he was seen choking Justin Roberts with his tie in the middle of Linda McMahon's Senate campaign, and to basically try to erase everything the WWE's ever done from Linda McMahon's existence, they fired Daniel Bryan. Needless to say, it did not work. Linda McMahon was not elected to the United States Senate in 2010. But hey, she had another $10 million to waste 2 years later in 2012 running for a Senate. Anyway, this is a 3.5-star match, burgeoning on 4, but again, the finish hurts it. Team WWE starts off strong with Daniel Bryan making Darren Young tap out, and John Morrison and Starship Pain to eliminate Michael Tarver. Skip Sheffield eliminates both Morrison and Truth, and it's 5-on-5. Bret Hart then gets disqualified. Yeah, because Bret Hart really couldn't do anything in this match, so really to hide him, they just had to do his traditional punches, some of his normal offense, and his elbow drop. And he basically just used a chair and got disqualified. That's what eliminated him, because he's the only member of Team WWE who couldn't take a bump. So that makes it 5-on-4 in the Nexus favor. But because of the chair shot from Bret Hart, Jericho hits a cold breaker, Edge hits a spear, and Skip Sheffield's eliminated. I guess that means Skip Sheffield was hungry and wasn't fed. See, Skip Sheffield became Ryback later. So, he hadn't been fed more yet. So then, David Otunga is eliminated off the walls of Jericho. And then there's some miscommunication between Jericho and Cena, which leads to Heath Slater eliminating Jericho. And then miscommunication on Edge and Cena leads to Edge getting eliminated by Heath Slater. So that was a big spot for Heath Slater, getting 2 eliminations on Edge and on Jericho and Edge. And then Jericho and Edge beat up Cena and then they leave. So that leaves Cena and Daniel Bryan against Slater, Gabriel, and Barrett. Daniel Bryan eventually eliminates Heath Slater with the LaBelle Lock, as it became known. And as the referee's getting Heath Slater out, here comes The Miz. And The Miz uses the Money in the Bank briefcase, nails Daniel Bryan in the back of the head. Wade Barrett covers him 1, 2, 3. And Michael Cole, despite the fact that Miz is responsible for the WWE being in a 2-to-1 hole, defends Miz because Miz was embarrassed that Daniel Bryan was put on Team WWE. Now, where is the logic in that? I get that Michael Cole was a Miz defender at this time, but this is a match that trumps that. This is a match where the WWE is your main thing you should be focused on. All Michael Cole does in this match is bury Daniel Bryan, which is what he had been doing since NXT, so I guess it works. But Miz is solely responsible for putting John Cena in that 2-0 hole, in that 2-to-1 hole, and not really being in any shape to combat it, is because Miz was thinking about Miz's ego and not the WWE, which is probably why he was not selected for this team anyway, if you think about that. Now, here's where the problem with this match comes in. The finish. Cena is DDT'd on the concrete. Gabriel goes up for the 450, misses. Cena pins Gabriel, and then makes Barrett tap to the STF. Now, call me crazy, but even in the quasi-world of professional wrestling, a world where a guy climbs a ladder and can win custody of an 8-year-old kid, a world where a guy gets run over by a car and doesn't press charges because that be the sensible thing, even in the quasi-world of professional wrestling, am I not going to buy that a guy can get DDT'd on concrete, something that can legitimately kill a person, ask Jake the Snake Roberts, has a member of Mensa, can then come back from that and defeat 2 guys in less than 2 minutes. Now, I don't know if this was Cena's doing or the WWE's booking. I really don't know. If you believe Chris Jericho and Edge, they said it was Cena's booking. But I don't really know. All I know is, whether it be Cena's idea or what I want to go with, the WWE just decided it, it's still a dumb idea. And that's not necessarily anything to do or reflect on John Cena. It's the fact that he took something that legitimately could kill a guy, or at least that you would not get right up from 5 minutes later, and came back and eliminated 2 guys. That's the problem with this entire match, is the finish. This finish buried the Nexus. The Nexus never recovered from this. They had potential. They had so much potential until this happened. And again, not Cena's fault, but every new thing that Cena is put with, the WWE lose interest in. It's happened in the Nexus. It happened with Bray Wyatt. It happened with Rusev. It's happened in a way to Kevin Owens, who's now apparently wants Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship. That's not Cena's fault. It's the WWE tends to forget how to make a star when it comes to putting a guy against John Cena, and that's not Cena's fault, because his matches with Kevin Owens are phenomenal. He put on some really good matches there. Even if they are the same, he put on some good matches in that little series. But in the end, no one is better for that. And again, I'm not trying to bash John Cena. This is the WWE's booking that bugs me, and it bugs because, one, also, Nexus should have won this match. Nexus should have had a clean sweep in this match, if you want my opinion. Nexus should have got all 7 people eliminated right back to back, or that's what should have done. Nexus should have looked dominant, and the best way to look dominant for Nexus would have been to eliminate all 7 members of Team WWE and not lose a single member of Nexus. That is how you should have booked this match. Or if you weren't going to go that route, then at least have the Nexus win and come down from a hole. Or if you were going to do that and have the Nexus win without having them not lose anyone, Okay, take the 4 guys that had the most potential at that time, which were Sheffield, Slater, Gabriel, and Barrett, and have them come back from a 4 to 7 hole. Because David Otunga never had potential. He was never going to go anywhere amongst what he got, which was that tag titles. So, 3.5 stars. A match could have been better if was booked better. And the Nexus never recovered. This is an angle that should have went to be the biggest thing going into WrestleMania 27, and it wasn't. Nexus fizzled. So the next SummerSlam in the series is SummerSlam 2011, which will hopefully be uploaded tomorrow. A SummerSlam I haven't seen. It's one of I think only 2 I had never seen. So it's one of only 2 I had never seen. 2008 being the other one. So this will be in the SummerSlam Review Series playlist. If you like the video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.